In front of me, I have John Foley from England. Hello, John.
Hello.
Please, who are you?
Well, I'm John Foley and I'm fairly active in chess in the UK. I run the London Chess Conference each year. I've done a lot of training. I've run about 100 training courses for teachers and tutors who are going to be teaching chess in schools. I run a chess club in Kingston upon Thames, and I play for a few clubs as well, for example in the London League. So I'm quite active in the chess world and I get a reasonable idea of what's going on.
And also, it should be mentioned that this conference is about chess in schools.
Yes, it focuses on the educational aspects of chess, and we bring together people from around the world who are working in the field, looking at how to get young people to benefit from the game. So we're not only just interested in those who can win competitions, but we're also interested in helping children to develop their thinking skills, improve their concentration levels, get better at problem solving and so on.
So, could you tell me a little bit about chess in schools in England? How does it work and how is it structured?
Well, in England we have one very effective charity called Chess in Schools and Communities, and it runs chess in about 300 schools, mainly in the urban areas in our big cities. And it is a charity which focuses on schools where there is a free school meal proportion. And what we want to do is to give those children a chance to improve their academic performance at school. And we believe that chess is quite an effective way of doing that. And for many of these children, they wouldn't have the opportunity to play chess because it's maybe not part of the culture or the tradition of their families. And a lot of people perhaps don't see the educational benefits of chess in the same way that we do. So what we do is we put tutors into schools. These are people who are, generally speaking, quite competent at playing chess, but also they've been selected and trained in respect of teaching chess, the different skills that you require to keep a class of children engaged. And what's special about their particular approach is that the teaching is done during school time, so it's during lesson time. There'll be a lesson on chess, and so the children will, in the conventional way, there'll be a lesson plan. The children will have the topic explained to them at the beginning, and then they'll have an opportunity to try it out. And of course, during chess lessons, they will be playing chess, which generally speaking is very welcomed by the children. It's a very popular subject.
I know that in Sweden we have Schackfyran, but we for a long time of years I thought this was the largest one in the world for school kids, more or less. But you have a quite huge one as well. Could you tell us about that?
Yes,
tournament?
I mean that's the. I think you're referring to the UK Chess Challenge, where we bring together hundreds and hundreds of schools, and in total I think there are about 40,000 children that can be involved. And what it is it starts at the school level, and there's a school class room competition that's organised by their local teacher. And then the children who do well in that, they go into a local final, and then it goes up to what we call Terra final, and then there's a Giga final. Or is it the other way around? It depends on the factor of 1,000. And the net result of all this is that by the time you get to the end, you've probably identified some rather good chess players, and it's given everybody an opportunity to kind of shine. And actually, there's some prize money for the ones who reach the top. And some of our better known players actually were the winners of that national
Because the
competition.
individual tournaments in the end. Or?
Yes, it's although it is using schools who are providing the players. It is an individual tournament, which is starting off in the schools, and then as it gets higher up, it becomes more of an individual tournament in its format.
So, what is the future of chess in England, and not the least from chess in schools' point of view? What do you need, and what do you want?
Well, really, what we are working towards, and there's no doubt this is a long-term project, but what we would like to see is chess to be used as part of the educational system. We believe that games are an important part of the human experience, and that those who play games and think about games are actually better suited as citizens to kind of cope in the world. But in particular, we can point to improvements in concentration levels and in willingness to solve problems and think laterally. So we think these are all very valuable parts of the development of the child, and perhaps the education system tends to neglect the significance of games because of the concentration on the regular academic subjects. So we are hoping that there will be this recognition of the importance of games, and chess is a very important game in the field, and it's the most kind of well-known and you could say highest quality pure strategy game, and the one which lends itself best to tuition and to developing thinking skills. So we're not resting on this one. We're deconstructing chess to make it simpler to understand, not only for the children but also for the teachers who are teaching it.
This is what you call mini games, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. What we're doing is we're saying, yes, chess is a wonderful game, but it's maybe a little bit complicated, and whilst it can be played, it's not so educationally beneficial if you're just playing the moves for the sake of it. What you really need to do is have a scenario in which the options in front of you can be logically analysed. And in effect, this means that you have to reduce the scale of the problem confronting you. And you do this by perhaps having fewer pieces and by having simpler rules for the outcome of the game. And we call this approach the mini-game approach. But be under no illusion, a mini-game in itself can be quite an intellectual challenge. So it's not actually dumbing down chess. What it's doing is we prefer to say deconstructing it, so that you can look at each individual element and you can kind of try to master that and get the best from that. And then you go on to the next one. And each time you're developing your ability to think through logically and solve problems.
Thank you very much, John.